the data of 57 million people.
And if there were specific things you could do to make your kids smarter, you'd do them, right? 7 on your side, talk to a doctor. And we have the 10 steps next.
Now, ABC 7 News at 11 on your side.
We begin this evening on Storm Watch tonight as many are starting the Thanksgiving weekend already now with the travels.
Yep, that's right. Maybe you're taking a last-minute trip to the grocery store. So it sounds like, for the most part, we really have good news in the weather department.
Yeah, we have a weak weather system that's going to pass by overnight tonight. So you might wake up hearing some of the rain out there. But right now, as you look at this, we have some clouds, no showers yet. But by the time you travel, even if you're leaving at like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, you're fine.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really good stuff. All right, so here's what we're looking at now. I want to widen this out. The showers are currently off to our west. We're seeing some of them starting to develop over West Virginia, back into Ohio, cutting into northern parts of Kentucky, and that is what is going to make its way through our area overnight. It's actually going to tap into some moisture that's offshore as well, which we'll talk about coming up in just a little bit. Look at the numbers, though. We're into the 50s right now, pretty widespread around our area. Temperatures compared to this same time yesterday up considerably. Manassas, you folks, 20 degrees warmer right now than it was at this same time yesterday. We're up 10 in D.C. Many spots 10 to 20 degrees or even 15 to 20 degrees warmer. Overnight, we are expecting the rain 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. It'll be around the region. I'll break down that area for you, the timing a little bit more in depth, and what your Thanksgiving looks like coming up in just a few minutes, Allison.
Okay, Bill, and for up-to-the-minute forecasts as you plan your holiday, be sure to download our Stormwatch 7 app as well.
Skytrack 7 right now is flying over some breaking news. It's in Prince George's County tonight. A truck flipping over on Route 50 near Crane Highway. As you can see, what a mess this was. All the lanes shut down. Crews were out there working in force. No reports of injuries, but it did create traffic delays in the area. The crash right now still under investigation.
Well, breaking news in the entertainment world tonight. Sad news. David Cassidy has died at the age of 67. The musician and actor starred in the Partridge Family in the 70s. He died in Florida after being hospitalized with organ failure. Family members thanking fans tonight for their support and their kind words.
I'm Nancy Chen in the ABC 7 Satellite Center tracking a massive breach at Uber. Hackers stealing the personal data of 57 million customers and drivers, with the company accused now of keeping this hack quiet for more than a year. This according to a report tonight from Bloomberg News. Uber ousting its chief security officer this week in the wake of this report. The compromised data included Uber riders' names, their email addresses, and their phone numbers, but Uber telling Bloomberg that no social security numbers nor credit card information was included in that hack. Uber CEO telling CNN he only recently learned of this breach and is now launching an investigation into why the company did not let customers or drivers know sooner. In the Satellite Center, Nancy Chen, ABC 7 News.
Nancy, thank you. And the 7 on Your Side I-Team is searching for answers tonight. It was a wild scene in Alexandria. Started with a police chase. It ended with officers shooting a man. That was back on Friday.
Well, days later, we don't know why those shots were fired or even who was shot. Tim Barber has been trying to uncover more about the circumstances and why more details have not been released. And Tim, now I understand the FBI is involved.
Here at the U.S. Park Police, the chief asked the FBI to get involved for the sake of objectivity. He says the FBI says it doesn't normally interview or rather investigate officer-involved shootings here, but they are both federal agencies. A chase by a U.S. Park Police officer ended with a mangled Jeep and a suspect shot. This man did not want to show his face because it happened in his neighborhood last Friday.
Since then, everyone in the neighborhood has been trying to figure out what exactly happened, and we don't really know anything. 7 on Your Side has also been looking for answers since the car crash near Fort Hunt Road and Alexandria Avenue in Fairfax County around 8 Friday night. We put in several calls to Park Police as well as emails. Then we finally got word that the FBI is investigating the officer-involved shooting. But Park Police and agents are still not telling us who was shot, what kind of condition they're in, or why they were being chased. It'd be nice to know what happened and you know, what led to the chase leading down here. At last check on Friday, the suspect was in critical condition. We have not gotten an update on that condition. As soon as we do and we get the suspect's name, we'll let you know right away. Reporting live in Southwest Washington, Tim Barber.
ABC 7 News.
All right, Tim, thank you. And now new at 11, efforts to help a Muslim student bullied for reporting an incident at school. She said a teacher forcibly removed her hijab at Lake Braddock Secondary School last week. Now that teacher's on leave, and there's word that the teen is facing backlash. Annalisa Gale live with the story tonight. Annalisa?
Allison, last week the teen tweeted about the moment she felt her hijab being ripped off her head. Well, that tweet has now been retweeted nearly 14,000 times. And tonight the organization representing her is fighting back against her trolls.
Today we sent a letter to the Fairfax County Public Schools.
The Council on American Islamic Relations is calling for protections for a Lake Braddock Secondary School student who is receiving nasty messages on social media after she reported that her teacher ripped off her hijab on November 15th.
You can't have a situation where a student is going to be constantly bullied just because they reported an incident to school officials.
Since the investigation began, the teacher has been on leave, which has led to reaction from students who believe that the teacher did not intentionally remove the student's hijab. Those students staged a protest on Friday. Free Saunders! Principal David Thomas sent a letter to parents on that day asking them to tell their children to refrain from engaging in personal attacks about the incident on social media platforms. He went on to say much of this activity takes place outside the school day when students are not under our supervision.
We know that there are different stories out there, but the bottom line is that the student has to be protected.
And tonight, the Council on American Islamic Relations is also calling for a fair and unbiased investigation. That investigation is still ongoing. As soon as it wraps up, we'll be sure to let you know. Live in Fairfax County tonight, Annalisa Gale, ABC